Today we're making Gardner soap, and before you come at me, I know I completely forgot to put my gloves on and I did not have time to put them back on before I started mixing. So what I did, I had 1/4 of a cup of alfalfa powder and 385 grams of olive oil that I infused for probably 2 months before I began making this. So my ingredients are 61 grams of lye, 124 grams of distilled water, which is I'm pouring in right now. The next, I melted together 95 grams of coconut oil, 100 grams of shea butter, 45 grams of mango butter, along with the 191 grams of alfalfa infused olive oil and 23 grams of castor oil. So here I am mixing with my immersion blender, and it's supposed to come out like pea soup, and I almost did this for just a little bit too long because here in a minute you'll see that it about seized on me. If I would have mixed any longer, then I would have had a big complete ball of goo. So I keep mixing here with my immersion blender until it looks about like pea soup. I probably should have done it just a little bit less than what it is about right now, but this is where I stopped, and I then added in my essential oils, which is 2 teaspoons of lavender essential oil, 1 teaspoon of peppermint essential oil, and 1 teaspoon of rosemary essential oil. The recipe calls for poppy seeds, but I wanted to put in pumice stone for the grit to make it to where I could get off all the soil and everything from my hands, and I like a good gritty soap. So I'm mixing that in right here, and you can see it's starting to thicken up on me, and I was getting a little worried because I was worried I was not going to be able to pour this into my molds. So here are my molds. I got these off of Amazon. It has a cute swirl pattern to it I absolutely love. And I'll pour in here, and this is a great texture right here that I'm pouring, but here in a minute it's going to get really, really tight. So I should have poured a little bit more into each mold here, but in the end I was able to have enough to put in all of my molds and make it pretty flat. So there it's getting really stiff, and I was not super excited about how it was going to turn out, but I think in the end it'll turn out really, really good. And it made, surprisingly, 7 bars. I thought the recipe was 4 to 6, but I was able to squeeze it all into about 7 bars. But again, remember, make sure you wear your protective gear like I did not. Again, I know I did not put on my gloves, and that was big time my fault right there. So make sure you wear your gloves, your goggles, long sleeves, so you don't get any of that caustic lye on your skin, because that could cause burns on your skin. And I'm about to start smoothing all of that out before my video stops. You won't get to see the end result, but I will put this in a 170-degree oven overnight, and in 2 days come back for the final results.